When punching in with Paylocity, it's important to make sure that you're punching in under the correct job title and location. To do this, you're going to click the manual button. When you click on the manual button, it's going to bring up a pop-out menu. The first thing you want to do is select the punch type. So in this case, I'm going to be punching in. So I'm going to select clock in. The next thing is to select the correct campus. For clinical staff, you're going to select the physical campus that you're working on, so Giddings, Haven, or Oostburg. For support staff like life enrichment or dining, you would select support no matter what physical campus you're working on. It's also important to note that you're only going to see the options that are available to you. So if you haven't been trained in clinical staff, for example, you're not even going to see the campus location. So support is going to be the only option. Likewise, with clinical staff, if you haven't been trained in any supporting roles, you're not going to see the support option. So these are only going to be visible to you if you have been trained to work in them. So for this example, I'm going to select support. Once I have that selected, then my next thing is to select unit. For this example, because I'm going to be doing dining services, I'm going to select dining services. Again, this list will be dependent on areas that you are trained to work in. You're only going to see ones that you have been trained in. Once I have unit selected, my next thing is job. So for this example, I'm going to do assistant 2. And now I'm ready to punch in. If I click punch, it's going to clock me in. If I go back and click manual again, in this example I'm going to be punching in as clinical. So again, I'm going to select clock in. Then for campus, for this example, I'll use Haven Drive, Prairie Crossing, and then I will be a CNA medicist for this shift, and click punch. Another option that you have is training. So just like with Kronos, we have the ability to select different training options. In service is going to be any off the floor training that you're doing. So for example, Relias or a nurses meeting or a staff meeting, you would select in service. Orientation is for training that's happening on the floor. So if you are being trained in a new job, you will select orientation. This is only for the person being trained, not for the person doing the training. So for most of you, it's primarily going to be in service is what you're going to use for Relias or meetings. So if you select in service and hit punch, it's going to punch you in under in service. A couple other things to point out. When you're clocking in, it's important to verify that you are in your account. So if you're on the full site, in the top right corner, you're going to see your initials. If you are on the web kiosk, which is more likely that you'd have an instance where you were logged in under the wrong account, always verify that your employee name is listed right here in the top right. You always want to make sure that you're logged into your account before you're clocking in order to make sure you're getting credit for your shift. So that's all there is to it with clocking in under Paylocity.